Hey guys, Wallen Customs here, and today we are going the photography route, talking about some photography gear right here, and more importantly, we are talking about the optional grip and battery compartment for the Olympus OMD EM-5 Mark II right here, and that product right here is the HLD-8. As you can see right here, a little picture, it's the grip, and on the bottom there is the battery grip that you can have for this camera right here. Surprisingly, I got this on sale during Black Friday, and not a lot of people, have reviews on this. So I thought myself, why not make a review for some people that might want to see it? So let's take a look at it. Bring up the product right now. See the side. We do got some illustration stuff, instructions, and its instructions are pretty self-explanatory. What you have to do. This is the grip. To the side. And right here, tucked underneath. Let's see how to get this out. This is the battery grip. Now I know a lot of people probably don't want to use this because when you buy a micro 4/3 camera, you like the small size, and what's the point of putting all this bulk to it to make it even bigger? But I myself love putting this kind of stuff on. I love Olympus, OMD, and micro 4/3 cameras, and just having a little bit more grip doesn't hurt anybody in my opinion. Also makes the camera look a lot cooler as well. So for these, what you want to do, so this is the grip right here, which is pretty nice and hefty. I used to have the OMD EM-5 Mark I, and the grip right here was a lot smaller and skinnier. This one is a lot bigger, it seems, which is pretty nice. And it's shaped a little bit different as well, more robust, which is pretty nice. So let's get to it first. So what you want to do is you want to take off this thing right here. Let me get some more light there. All right, this off first. This is the connector right there. Take the OMD, and you want to take this off right here. There, and you actually can store this right here so you don't lose it, just like that. Just stick it in right there. All right. And silly me, I just realized I put that on backwards. There you go. All right. Then you just simply put the camera. I actually do have a battery in there right now, so you can see that. Yeah, stick this on top. And we'll screw this in the back. And you can set the camera either way you want. Which battery you want first to be used, second to be used. If you have the grip on, you probably want the battery in the camera to be used last, because with this grip on, you won't be able to have access to the battery in the camera. So you will most likely primarily be using the one in this grip first. But here is the grip right there. Looks pretty nice. You have a whole new section over here on the side. You get some height on the bottom, and it does matter a little bit because sometimes when you're holding the camera, it is pretty small, but this added grip right here in the front, it makes it a lot bigger. You definitely feel more comfortable. The thumb grip also over here really does help a lot, but this feels a lot better in my opinion. Now with this, even this part in the bottom here is resting a little bit farther down on your hand, so you don't get all cramped up, which is pretty nice. Over here on the side here, you do have a mic jack, which is pretty sweet if you can do some recording right there, which is pretty cool. So that's pretty nice. So let's continue on with the rest. Right here you do have another connector. Take this one off, and you put this over here, right there. Forgive me if you hear a blow dryer in the background. That is my fiance. She just took a shower. Take this off, put these to the side, and now you could connect these like that. Let me screw this one in. And I kind of like how this has two different parts. It makes it feel a little bit, I don't know, more interesting. So if you don't want the battery grip, you can still have the grip. If you don't want the battery compartment, you still have the grip on at least, for better handling. Alright, so that is on nice and tight. And that is how it looks like now with the grip and the battery grip, and I think it looks pretty awesome. I actually like how it's not straight down. It kind of has a nice curve right there. It's a nice design. It really is. Very, very unique looking. Very different compared to the OMD EM-1 or the original OMD EM-5 that was a little bit more straight on. This looks a little bit more different. You can see the layers, which is pretty different, but it looks nice though. Definitely has a better grip too. I love how this feels. You can feel it all the way down to the bottom of your hand. It feels nice. Over here they have a little, you see a little slit right there. Your pinky could go right there. Just overall a great construction, and I like it. Take a look at the front of it as well, really quickly, so you can see that. Just looks really nice. And here we go now, again, next to the Pen F, which was a little bit bigger than that. Now it is a lot smaller. Now speaking about the Pen F really quickly, you know, this one is a great camera as well. There is no grips to it over here in the front like that one has, but you do have a thumb grip on the back over here. But what I do like to do, of course, like I said before, I love having grips on my camera. I wanted to show this one off really quickly. This is the Real Right Stuff grip right here. You do have a nice grip right there, and it comes with an L bracket if you choose to buy that. And this one, you screw on the bottom. I'm not gonna do it now. Actually, I'll do it that way. I don't have time to do it right now, but you can see that it definitely gives it some more heft. I like this one as well because, you know, you do have the protection around the corners is all metal, and it feels nice. So I put those two side by side right there. Alright, so now that we have the grip on, let's take a look at different features on it. But first off, let's put a lens on it so you can see how it looks like. I have the 12 to 40 right there, the 40 to 150, but we're going to put this fun little lens on because it won't take up that much room, and afterwards I'll put the rest on. But this is one of my really fun lens to use. It's a nice 1.4 aperture to it. If I could just get it on. There you go. There you go. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty nice. Alright, so over here, in the bottom over here, you do have the battery compartment. This is locked. This is unlocked. You open it up right there. Stick the battery in. Like I said before, I do have a battery in the camera itself already. I do have the settings set to that the battery here in the grip will be used first, and then the battery in the body will be used second. So let's turn it on right there. And there you go. So right now in the corner it does say PBH, indicating that this one is being used first. So that's pretty good right there. Taking a look at the side right here, you do have a nice lock switch right here. So when it's locked, basically what happens is you can still access some of these settings, which is fine, even the function buttons I believe, but you cannot press the shutter button at all. It won't work. So that way you won't accidentally press it. I do believe you can use the top one though still. Yeah, that one's fine. But you don't want to accidentally press the side one maybe. So that's pretty good. But once you unswitch it, you won't have a problem using it right there. Of course, on the side here, when you go vertical, you do have your standard knobs right here. Whatever settings you have on top, most likely will be the same thing here. So for me, the front one will be the aperture, the back one will be exposure, and I believe this one will be aperture as well, unless you could do something in the settings to mimic this one or change it up. I'm not really sure. There are a ton of features and different options in this camera, so you definitely will have to explore that yourself. Alright, so right now quickly let's take a look at the other lenses so we can see how they look like with the new grip on the camera. And hopefully, like I said before, this will definitely help you stabilize, hold the camera a lot longer, won't get any cramped fingers and stuff like that. So this one is the 12 to 140, and you know, it looks pretty decent. It won't, you have to bend, it will fall over a little bit though, of course, but it definitely does feel a lot easier to hold, which is pretty nice, because this is a pretty hefty lens itself. right there. And obviously, due to the camera angle, it might look a lot bigger than it really is, but it still feels pretty nice. So let's take a look at that. Of course, we do have a nut. There you go. Zoom in. Pop up. So. Alright, so next up we do have the Olympus 40 to 150 on the camera right now, so you can see how that looks like. Not bad at all, looks pretty cool. And it definitely does feel a lot better with the grip on it, and especially here in the corner, it adds a lot of support, as like it's pretty heavy, so you definitely feel this corner leaning into your hand, which is pretty nice. Imagine if you didn't have this and this part will be leaning. Yeah, I can't imagine holding this lens on this camera without this grip in the front here and also on the bottom over here. It definitely adds so much more support, which is really nice. And you definitely will need something like this. That's why, I don't see a lot of people using this lens unless they're using it with a EM-1, of course, or maybe the older EM-5 with a grip on. But it definitely feels so much better with the grip on it, and you definitely need that added support. Alright guys, so that's basically it. I just wanted to show off the grip for the OMD EM-5 Mark II, and I like it a lot. Definitely feels really great. Makes the camera a lot bigger, a lot easier to hold, and in my opinion, it makes the camera look a lot beefier and more robust, which is pretty good, in my opinion at least. I like how it looks. Like I said before earlier, I used to have the OMD EM-5 Mark I, and it wasn't as robust or as big as this one, but I definitely like how it looks now. This handle right here for the grip is a lot thicker, and it protrudes out to the almost on a diagonal compared to going straight, which is pretty different and nice though. And definitely love how it's a nice corner right here for your pinky to slide right in, which is pretty nice. They definitely did your homework on the ergonomics and design of it, and I think it really paid off in the end. So that's about it, guys. And if you're interested in this one, for the Pen F, this grip, I will do a review of it later and coming up. But for now, that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. Like always, comment, criticize, subscribe. If you have any questions, leave the comments below. And like always, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Peace!
That's crispy.